Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another review, and this time I'm taking a look at a little movie, and I do mean little movie, called Birth of the Dragon, starring Bruce Lee. He's back! Whoa, what's up? Whoa, what? Oh, what? Oh. He does this, he does a lot of that. That's like a signature thing. He kind of like moves around. I can't do it because I'm fat. Yellow jumpsuit or tracksuit, whatever it was, and then, he kicks. Oh, and then... Oh, 1-inch punch. You're dead. You died. You died. Fall over. You're done. You dead. You died. You're done. Dead. If only Bruce Lee really did star in this. If only. Rest in peace. It still makes me sad. I'm a big fan of Bruce Lee. I love Bruce Lee movies, and one of my favorite movies is actually a movie about Bruce Lee, but doesn't have Bruce Lee in it, Dragon: The Bruce Lee Story. I love that film. I really do. I really find Bruce Lee a very fascinating person. This movie I was not looking forward to. I really wasn't, especially when I saw that trailer. The trailer made it look like... I'm sorry, I'm going to use bad language in this review. I'm just going to tell you right here. It made it look like fucking garbage. It looked horrible. It really did. When it comes to the action scenes, I was sure that they would be at least entertaining, and I'm sure the guy that played Bruce Lee was going to be good, but what I saw in that trailer made it seem so whitewashed. It seemed like it was just going to follow this white dude as he gets these two together to fight, of course, Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man. Wong Jack Man being a Shaolin master who shows up to San Francisco. At first, it seems like he's there to see Bruce Lee, but actually he has his own agenda. But these two, they fight. That's the whole true story, that those two fought once in a closed-off environment where only a couple people saw, which, by the way, I think the rumor is that Bruce Lee's wife was one of the people that saw that fight, and guess who's not in the fucking movie? Bruce Lee's wife. They mention her. They don't even mention her by name. Bruce Lee just says, "I married a white woman." What? Oh, I'm sorry, I guess Bruce Lee's wife's not important to the story, even though she totally is. She's important to Bruce Lee's story in general, not just this part of his life. Whatever. You know what? I don't care. I went into this movie expecting it to be garbage. I just went in going, you know what? Maybe it'll just be a fun little action movie, okay? Maybe it won't be that offensive, okay? And I'm going to tell you right here. I know I'm building up like I'm about to say, like, it was the most offensive thing ever. It really wasn't. It was just a silly crime like one of those kung fu crime films, like kind of like The Chinese Connection or one of those other Bruce Lee movies. It was kind of like that, except it didn't star Bruce Lee. It starred a guy playing Bruce Lee. So it was like the reverse thing, where like Bruce Lee was playing a character in Chinese Connection. Here, it's a guy playing Bruce Lee, but it's still one of those movies. It even turns into just a straight up like we have to go get the boss, the final boss or something like that, towards the end of the movie, and I will say this, it's silly, it's over the top, it's ridiculous, and even the fight scene between Wong Jack Man and Bruce Lee is just way over the top, and you could tell, like, I mean, of course, you see the movie and you're like, this definitely isn't how it went down, but you could just tell they just didn't give a shit. They were like, you know what, let's just make a fun little action movie, and I was down with that. I was. Especially since the actors that both portrayed Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man were both really, really good. They were actually really good, especially the guy that played Bruce Lee. The little mannerisms from Bruce Lee, the little things, the little ticks that you see from Bruce Lee's performances, and even little documentary footage that you'll see. Yeah, I'm sure you can watch a lot of that stuff on YouTube. Just little ticks. I mean, he might not look like Bruce Lee, really, but just little ticks. He really does a great job at playing Bruce Lee. I don't know much about Wong Jack Man, but the guy that plays him is really good in this movie. The problem is that it focuses way too much on the white dude. Steve McKee, I think his name is, and the actor does an okay job. He's actually not bad. Everybody does a pretty good job here. And the movie itself isn't taking itself too seriously at all. It's supposed to be a fun little movie. I get that. But following him is so just dull. Like, he is like the main character, even though the movie doesn't want to say he's the main character, especially in the credits. In the credits, I couldn't believe it. They named all the other actors before the white actor, which I'll give them kind of credit for, but he is really the main focus here. He has a whole subplot that turns into the main plot towards the end of the movie, and he's in most of the movie where we just follow his dumb face looking at stuff and listening to Wong Jack Man and Bruce Lee talk, and him talking to Bruce Lee and Wong Jack Man, and he has relationships with both of those characters, and he has a relationship with a friend, he has a relationship with a girl, like he has a relationship with everybody. He's always on screen with his dumb little face. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm surprised they didn't have the fight scene at the end with Wong Jack-man and Bruce Lee, and it just have it be his face staring. Like, you just hear the fight going on in the background. It's just his reactions, like, shit, oh, damn. Oh, I punched the shit out of him. Oh, whoa. I'm surprised it wasn't that. I'm not surprised. I mean, I'm really surprised it wasn't that. Even though there was plenty of that where we get to see his stupid face where he goes, that guy has a really weird staring face. I'm going to say that right there. It looks like he's dead. Like, I like the actor. I actually have seen him in stuff before. And I think he's good in here. It's just that his character is so uninteresting compared to everybody else. All the other characters. Even including some of the side characters. Even some of the, like, the Chinese, like, boss, like, crime boss figures. They're way more interesting than this kid. This kid shows up and he's, from there on, the main character. Bruce Lee... Most of the time where you see Bruce Lee, he's either fighting or he just shows up in it because of course this white kid is one of his students. He just shows up out of nowhere and says, "Hey Steve, what are you doing?" Whatever, and then he makes like a smarmy remark or whatever and punches someone. That's really all Bruce Lee does, and of course says like, "I'm the best. Let's beat some ass." He's very arrogant in this movie, which I think Bruce Lee was really arrogant at first like that. But I'm not exactly sure because of course I wasn't there back in the 60s. So I'm not exactly sure if this movie really depicts him well, but they do depict him as very arrogant, which I think he was at first because he was way too into himself. But I'm pretty sure that's correct. But it just follows him way too much. I don't care about that character at all. Whenever we follow Bruce Lee and Wong Jack-man, especially towards the end of the movie where it really is their movie, it's good. And I will even say there's actually a couple really funny moments. It's actually a pretty funny movie for the most part. And it's corny, it's cheesy, it's dumb. The action scenes are over the top, and they have their little quips that they shoot out of their mouths every 1 or 2 seconds after they punch someone. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed that stuff. I did. Is it good material for a true story? No, not at all. But... to be fair, they even tell you right here, this story is inspired by that fight. So at least they said that. They didn't say, like, this shit's true. This is how it happened. But besides that, I really have nothing else to say about this movie. I know I went on without really many edits here, but I just want to get through this review and tell you right here that Birth of the Dragon, if you're thinking of seeing it, go in expecting to follow this white dude that is not interesting. He has a side plot that is not interesting. He has a couple of friend characters and a girlfriend character or a possible girlfriend character that is not interesting. The interesting part is Bruce Lee and Wong Jack-man, and when those two are on the screen, either together or even with the white character, they are captivating. You want to hear more of what they're talking about, and when they're fighting, even though it's over the top, it's very well choreographed, and you can tell these two are very talented. The guy that plays Bruce Lee is superb. So I really enjoyed a lot of this movie, and then I really did not enjoy a lot of the other part of the movie. So it's really a 50-50 here. So I have to give this, even though I should give it a 20 out of a 40 because I said it's 50-50, I'm going to give this a 22 out of a 40. It's not terrible. It's not, but it's not a movie you need to see in theaters. It's not a theater experience movie. It really does feel like a cheaply made movie. It could have went straight to DVD or straight to Netflix or something, and it would have been perfectly fine. So Birth of the Dragon, not a terrible film. I thought it was going to be way worse than it was, but it did piss me off in some aspects. Following this main character that just is dull as fuck. Again, the actor is fine. He does a good job. He tries. You know, he tries to make him a little likable. But for the most part, it's a generic one. Also, there's a love story. I mentioned a couple times he has like a possible girlfriend. The love story is so fucking rushed. It's only a 90-minute movie. They have to jam-pack all this stuff. There's a crime boss. There's a fight we have to do. There's a love story. There's all this shit. And like, there's a best friend to the white guy that's like in trouble with the crime boss or whatever. Like, they have so many freaking stupid fucking plots. It really bothered me. But for the most part, it's not a terrible film. 22 out of a 40. I know that's a way more positive score than I should be giving it, considering I was really ranting in this review. But I'm gonna give it some room to breathe. Does that make sense? No, it doesn't. I don't care. Fuck it. Birth of the Dragon, no one's going to go see this movie. It doesn't matter. No one's even going to watch this review. I could say whatever right now. You know, I could yell my social security number. Okay? No one will know, because no one will get to this part. If you got to this part, type in the comments 152. That's not my social security number. That's just the numbers I could think of. Obviously, that's only 3 numbers. That's not my social security number. You know? Put that in the comments and I'll know you're cool. So anyway, there you go. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.